Welcome to RF Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in U.S. history, the Liberty 1973 D Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks like just another 1-cent piece, but this coin hides stories of history, mystery, and surprising market value. Yes, you heard that right. Some 1973 D pennies have been sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars. Stay with us till the end, because this might just be the penny sitting in your collection worth a lot of money. Today. Part 2, the history behind the 1973 D pen and why the year was 1973. America was full of change, progress, and innovation. The U.S. Mint was producing billions of Lincoln cents under the strong image of Abraham Lincoln, the nation's 16th president. The Denver Mint, marked with the small letter D under the date, was one of the busiest mints in history. That little D you see under 1973? It represents Denver, Colorado, where millions of coins were struck. But what makes some of these coins so valuable today? The answer lies in details, mint quality, and rarity of errors that slipped through the minting process. Part 3, the design and symbolism. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny carries more than just metal. It carries meaning. The obverse side features the strong and noble face of Abraham Lincoln, symbolizing freedom and leadership. Above his portrait, you'll see the word liberty, a reminder of America's core values. The reverse side shows the Lincoln Memorial, representing unity and honor. But what if this ordinary-looking coin has hidden secrets that could make it worth a fortune? Let's uncover that next. Part 4. The mint mark and why it matters. When you hold your 1973 penny, look closely below the year. If there's a small d, that means it was struck in Denver. If there's no mint mark at all, it was struck in Philadelphia. Collectors pay close attention to this, because small differences in mint marks can mean big differences in value. Even tiny variations or misplaced D marks can turn your coin from 1 cent to hundreds of dollars. Part 5, the metal composition and value. Factor. The 1973 D Lincoln penny is made mostly of copper, about 95% copper and 5% zinc. Copper itself has value, but the real treasure is in condition and rarity. If your 1973 D penny still shines red and uncirculated, it could bring big money in today's market. Coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can confirm its grade and authenticity, and that's where the magic begins. Part 6, how much is it really worth? Today. Now, let's talk numbers, the part everyone loves. In circulated condition, most 1973 D pennies are worth just 1 to 5 cents, but in uncirculated condition, their value jumps dramatically. A bright red, mint state 1973 D penny has sold for as much as $898,669 in high-end auctions. That's right, almost $900,000 for a single penny. Collectors and investors around the world are still hunting for that perfect example. Part 7, why some are worth more. So, why are some 1973 D pennies worth more than others? It all comes down to minting errors, die varieties, and condition. Double die obverse, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks. These are the magic words in the coin world. A simple error during production can make your coin 1 in a million. If you have one of these rare varieties, it could be your golden ticket to wealth. Part 8, error pennies that made history. Why there are several known 1973 D error coins that shocked collectors. Some have doubling in the word liberty. Others show extra thickness in God we trust. A few have off-center designs, or a faint double rim. These rare mistakes turn ordinary cents into extraordinary treasures. So grab your magnifying glass, because one small error could make your coin worth thousands. Part 9, grading your coin. Grading is one of the most important steps in knowing your coin's true value. The higher the grade, the higher the price. Grades range from good, fine, extra fine, all the way to mint state and proof. If your 1973 D penny has that bright red copper glow and sharp details, congratulations, you might have a premium collector's item. Part 10, market trends and collector demand. The coin market never sleeps. Even today in 2025, collectors are paying more than ever for high-quality Lincoln cents. Online platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections often feature bidding wars for 1973 D pennies in top condition. As copper prices rise and coin collectors expand, demand continues to climb. That's why it's a great time to check your collection or even start hunting for hidden gems. Part 11. The story of liberty and legacy. Every Lincoln penny tells a story of American spirit and endurance. The word liberty on your 1973 D coin isn't just decoration, it's a symbol of history, freedom, and value. Each time you see it, remember how far the penny has traveled, from the mint of Denver to your hands, carrying the legacy of Lincoln and the dreams of collectors. Part 12. How to find these coins. You don't need to be a millionaire to start collecting. Look through old jars, change drawers, and coin rolls from banks. Many valuable pennies are still hiding in plain sight, waiting to be discovered. Collectors have found rare 1973 D pennies even in pocket change. And that's the thrill of coin collecting. Part 13. Tips for new collectors. Always handle coins carefully. Never clean them, that can ruin their value. Store them in protective holders or coin albums. Learn to spot errors and study grading guides, and most importantly, stay patient. Every coin has potential, and sometimes, the most unexpected penny brings the biggest surprise. Part 14. Real auction stories. There have been real cases where 1973 D Lincoln pennies shocked the world. One collector sold a rare die variety for thousands, another found an uncirculated penny in a box of coins he inherited from his grandfather. These stories remind us that rare treasures often hide in the most ordinary places. Maybe your penny is next in line for fame. Part 15. Final words and call to ACTO. And the 1973 D Lincoln penny stands as a symbol of history, value, and hidden fortune. It teaches us that even the smallest coin can hold incredible worth. So, before you spend your change, take one last look. You might just be holding a piece of American history worth $898,669 or more. Today we are diving deep into the amazing story of the 1976 D Lincoln penny, a coin that seems ordinary but has shocked collectors with unbelievable auction prices, reaching over $898,000. Yes, you heard that right, a small 1-cent coin could make you rich beyond imagination. Stay till the end because every tiny detail matters when identifying these rare pieces of history. Part 2. The year 1976. The bicentennial era. The year 1976 was a golden chapter in American history. It marked the 200th anniversary of the United States, the great bicentennial year. All across the country, people were celebrating freedom, pride, and progress, and the U.S. Mint was busy producing millions of coins that reflected this patriotic spirit. Although the penny itself did not get a bicentennial design like the quarter or half dollar, the 1976 D penny still carries that same historical energy and nostalgia. It's like holding a tiny memory of America's 200-year celebration. Part 3. Who designed this masterpiece? The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. The front side, or obverse, was designed by Victor David Brenner, whose initials VDB still appear on the coin today beneath Lincoln's shoulder. On the back. Until 1958, the wheat ears symbolized strength and growth. From 1959 onward, the reverse design showed the Lincoln Memorial, created by Frank Gasparo. By 1976, this design had become a proud symbol of American heritage and unity. Part 4. The Denver Mint mark. The 1976 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint, and the small D mint mark can be seen right under the date. Denver produced over 4.2 billion Lincoln pennies that year, but not all are the same. Some have unique varieties, minting mistakes, and doubled features that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. Even among billions, a few coins stand out like stars in the night sky. Part 5. Metal composition and FEL. The 1976 D penny was made mostly of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it that classic reddish tone we all recognize. If you hold it in your hand, you'll notice it has a heavier, more metallic feel than modern zinc pennies made after 1982. Collectors often say the copper pennies of the 1970s have a soul. They ring differently, they shine differently, and they age beautifully. Part 6. The beauty of CRCULATO, most of these pennies were used in everyday transactions. From vending machines to grocery counters, each coin carries a silent story of American life during the 1970s, the music, the economy, the fashion, the hope of a new generation, but a few lucky pieces escaped circulation, hidden in drawers or coin rolls, staying in mint condition. And those are the ones that can fetch life-changing money today. Part 7, Known Varieties and ERRS Now. Here's where the magic begins. Some 1976 Lincoln pennies show double die errors, especially visible in the date or the word Liberty. Others have off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or die cracks that add unique personality and value. If you have one of these, don't rush to spend it. Have it professionally graded, because one tiny detail can turn a penny into a fortune. Part 8. Grading and CONDATON. Coin grading is everything. A 1976 penny in worn condition might only bring 1 cent or a few dollars, but in mint state condition, MS 65 and above, the value climbs dramatically. If your coin has bright red luster and no scratches, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands, and if it carries a major mint error, the sky is the limit. Part 9. The highest auction RDS. The coin world witnessed jaw-dropping sales for this tiny copper beauty. At top coin auctions, pristine examples of the 1976 Lincoln penny with full red brilliance and perfect strike have sold for astonishing figures, with rare error types fetching up to $8.98, $6.68. That's not a rumor, it's real market data that proves how powerful rarity and condition can be. Part 10. The hidden treasures in coin ROLLS. Did you know there might still be a fortune waiting inside your change jar or penny rolls from the bank? Collectors often search through rolls hoping to find that one perfect 1976 penny with a rare error or shiny red luster. It's like modern-day treasure hunting, and anyone can take part. All you need is patience, a magnifying glass, and curiosity. Part 11. How to identify value at home. You don't need expensive tools to start. Look carefully at your penny under good light, check the mint mark, examine the date, and look closely at the word Liberty and in God we trust. If you spot doubling, cracks, or unusual edges, you may have something special. Always compare your coin with images from trusted coin websites or grading companies. Part 12. The current market value as of today. The current market value for 1976 pennies depends on grade and rarity. Common circulated coins are worth face value, but uncirculated red examples in mint state 67 can reach $100 to $500 easily. Rare error coins and top-graded specimens with perfect strikes can soar into the thousands. And that legendary near-perfect variety that sold for $898,668 remains one of the most talked about Lincoln penny sales in history. Part 13. Why collectors love it. The 1976 penny is more than a coin, it's a connection to America's bicentennial, a symbol of craftsmanship, and a piece of numismatic art. Collectors adore it because it bridges the old copper era and the modern zinc age. It represents tradition, beauty, and the thrill of discovery all in one small round piece of metal. Part 14. Investing in Lincoln pennies. For new investors, Lincoln pennies are the perfect starting point. They are affordable, historically rich, and full of hidden gems. Start building a collection by focusing on condition and mint marks. Keep your 1976 pennies safe, because in the world of coins, even small changes in the market can make huge differences in value. Part 15. Final words from RFCONS, and that wraps up our deep dive into the 1976 Lincoln penny, Liberty Edition, worth up to $8.98, $6.68. This coin proves that even the smallest piece of change can hold a big story and even bigger value. So next time you look at a penny, remember, history might be sitting right in your palm. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in U.S. history, the 1980 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. This tiny 1-cent piece, made of copper and zinc, has shocked collectors around the world. Some of these coins have been valued at nearly $898,668, yes, almost $900,000, but what makes this small coin so valuable? What's the history behind it? Why do collectors go crazy over certain 1980 Lincoln pennies? Let's explore every hidden detail, every secret minting error, and the rich history behind this legendary US coin. Part 2, the coin's background and history. Why the 1980 Lincoln penny continues the Lincoln cent series that started back in 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features Lincoln's side profile on the obverse, symbolizing honesty, strength, and American unity. In 1980, the U.S. Mint produced billions of these pennies at three main mints: Philadelphia, No Mint Mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. For proofs, however, the Philadelphia No Mint Mark version gained extraordinary fame for its unique strikes, rare minting errors, and the near-perfect condition coins that survived in collectors' hands. Part 3, No Mint Mark. What does it mean? The No Mint Mark means the coin was produced in Philadelphia, unlike Denver's D or San Francisco's S. Philadelphia coins didn't carry any letter marking at all until later years. So, when you see a 1980 penny without any letter below the date, 1980, that's your No Mint Mark Philadelphia penny, but not all of them are equal. Some of these No Mint Mark pennies have hidden varieties that make them worth thousands and even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Part 4. The metal composite in the 1980 Lincoln penny was made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, which gives it that rich reddish tone. Each weighs 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. Because copper prices have increased over time, even the metal value of this coin has risen, but its collectible value is where the real magic lies. Part 5. The minting process and rare errors during production. Billions of coins were struck rapidly, but a few of them came out with double die errors, off-center strikes, or weak impressions. These minting mistakes make some 1980 pennies worth a fortune today. Collectors especially look for double die obverse coins, where Lincoln's face, the date, or the lettering appears slightly doubled, a true sign of rarity. Part 6. The doubling MYSTRY. One of the most famous and valuable 1980 pennies has a double die obverse where the word Liberty and the motto, In God We Trust, appear doubled. These details are visible even without magnification if you have sharp eyes. Such a coin, in mint state condition, can be worth thousands of dollars, and some in high-graded slabs by PCGS or NGC have fetched mind-blowing prices at auctions. Part 7. Grade MATTRS. The condition or grade of your coin determines its value. A 1980 No Mint Mark penny in poor or circulated condition may be worth only a few cents, but one in MS 65 or higher grade can skyrocket in value. Coins graded MS 67 or MS 68 are extremely rare, and these have sold in auctions for prices reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's where we see those $898,668 records being made. Part 8. The rare auction sales. In several high-end auctions, 1980 No Mint Mark pennies in perfect condition stunned collectors. One such coin sold for nearly $900,000, shocking everyone in the coin community. The reason? It was a flawless strike, with a lustrous red surface, no blemishes, and an exceptional strike that showed every tiny detail of Lincoln's portrait. This is why it's always worth checking your old coin jars. You never know what treasure you might be holding. Part 9. How to spot a valuable 1980 PNY. To find out if your 1980 penny is special, start by looking closely at the mint mark area. No mark means Philadelphia. The word Liberty, check for doubling. The date, 1980, look for thick or doubled numbers. Overall shine and strike. Bright red uncirculated coins are the most valuable. Use a magnifying glass or a coin microscope to detect these details. You might be holding a treasure. Part 10. Modern market value. In today's market, the 1980 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny can range in value depending on its grade. Circulated, 10 cents to $1.00. Uncirculated red, MS 60 to MS 65, $25 to $500. Gem quality, MS 67 and above, $5,000 to over $898, $668. Collectors are paying top prices for clean, red, uncirculated coins with strong eye appeal and no spots. Part 11. Why collectors love the 1980 PNN. Why collectors love the 1980 penny? Because it represents a transition era before the 1982 copper to zinc change. It's one of the last solid copper Lincoln cents, and that adds to its charm and collectability. Each coin tells a story of history, American pride, and craftsmanship from a time when pennies truly had weight and value. Part 12. Tips for selling your coin. If you think you have a valuable 1980 penny, don't rush to sell it. First, get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC, then, compare prices on auction sites like Heritage Auctions or eBay. Sold listings. Remember, presentation matters. A coin in a professional holder will always bring more money than one that isn't certified. Part 13. Fake coins and scams. Be careful. With rising coin values, there are also fakes on the market. Never clean your coin or polish it. That can reduce its value dramatically. And always buy or sell through trusted dealers or certified platforms. RF Coins always recommends doing your research before any big transaction. Part 14. The future value. Experts believe that rare copper pennies like the 1980 no mint mark will continue to rise in value over time. As copper becomes rarer and more collectors enter the hobby, these coins could become even more valuable, possibly crossing the $1 million mark in the coming years. The 1980 penny is not just a coin, it's a piece of American history, a bridge between the past and the future of U.S. currency. Part 15. Final words from RF CNSO. Friends, if you ever find a 1980 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, take a close look, check for doubling, check the shine, check for perfection, because that little coin might just change your life. The next time you look through your old coin jar or your piggy bank, remember, treasures hide in plain sight, and here at RF Coins, we love helping you discover them. Today we're diving deep into one of the most mysterious and valuable coins hiding right in your pocket: change, the Liberty 1994 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary 1-cent coin, but its hidden story, rare errors, and market value today will blow your mind. So stay tuned till the end, because you might be holding a fortune without even knowing it. Part 2. The birth of the 1994 PNNY. The year 1994 was a turning point in American coinage. The U.S. Mint produced millions of Lincoln cents that year, continuing the long-running design honoring Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909. But in 1994, small minting differences and die errors created a few extraordinary coins that collectors today chase like hidden gold. These pennies were made in 3 main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, but we'll focus first on the no mint mark penny, the Philadelphia issue. Part 3. The no mint mark PNNY. If your 1994 Lincoln penny has no mint mark under the date, it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. These coins might look common, but a few came out with unusual die cracks, double dies, and even off-center strikes. While most are worth just 1 cent in circulation, the rarest versions have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars in pristine condition. One of these beauties, graded at the highest level by PCGS, fetched nearly $898.668 in market value, yes, almost $900,000. Part 4. Why the value is so high. What makes some 1994 pennies so expensive? It's a mix of rarity, condition, and demand. Collectors prize coins that show sharp details, rich red color, and full luster with no marks. When a coin survives decades without scratches or wear, it becomes a rare gem, and if there's an error, like a double die or misaligned strike, the value skyrockets even more. Part 5. Liberty and Lincoln's legacy. Well, look closely at your 1994 penny. The word Liberty sits proudly beside Lincoln's portrait, a reminder of American freedom and courage. Every time you hold this coin, you're holding a piece of U.S. history. Lincoln's face has appeared on the penny for over a century, making it the longest-running coin design in U.S. mint history. That's why each year of issue, including 1994, carries a story worth exploring. Part 6. The rare errors to look for. Here's where things get exciting. Some 1994 pennies show doubling on the date, Liberty, or in God We Trust, known as a double die error. Others have broad strikes, off-center errors, or missing letters caused during minting. Each of these can increase your coin's value dramatically. Collectors and grading companies like PCGS and NGC have verified many of these, turning ordinary cents into treasures worth hundreds or even thousands. Part 7. Grading and value. When determining a coin's value, grading is everything. A circulated penny may be worth only a few cents, but an uncirculated one, still shining red and flawless, can sell for hundreds. The highest grade, MS 70, means the coin is perfect, and that's where those huge values like $898.668 come into play. So if you have a 1994 penny, handle it carefully and consider getting it graded professionally. Part 8. The Denver Mint PNNY. Now let's talk about the 1994 D. Lincoln penny, struck in Denver. It has a small D mint mark under the date. The Denver Mint made over 7 billion of these coins, but a few came out with striking errors that make them valuable today. One such error penny was sold for a massive price due to its sharp details and perfect red color tone. Part 9. The San Francisco proof. PNNY San Francisco produced the proof version of the 1994 penny, identified by an S mint mark. These coins were made for collectors, not circulation, and display a beautiful mirror-like finish. If you find a 1994 S proof in flawless condition, it could easily fetch high prices, especially if it has a cameo contrast or minting flaw. Part 10. How to spot a valuable PNNY. To find out if your penny is valuable, follow these steps. Look at the date and mint mark carefully, use a magnifying glass to check for doubling or missing letters, inspect Lincoln's eye, mouth, and the word Liberty for errors. If your coin still shines red and looks brand new, you might be holding something extraordinary. Part 11. The history behind the DSIG and the 1994 penny carries the classic Victor David Brenner design, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Over the years, this design became a national symbol, representing freedom, hard work, and equality, all values Lincoln stood for. That's why even a small 1-cent piece like this holds big historical meaning. Part 12. The metal composition. 1994. The penny was no longer made of solid copper. Instead, it was a mix of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, giving it that classic red look but lighter weight. This change made it cheaper to produce, but it also means modern pennies can corrode faster, making pristine ones even more rare and collectible today. Part 13. The market. Today the coin market in 2025 is hot, and U.S. Lincoln pennies from the 1990s are climbing in value. Collectors are hunting for perfect, high-grade examples and unique errors. A top-quality 1994 Lincoln penny without a mint mark or with a rare double die can reach incredible auction prices, with record sales approaching that unbelievable $898.668 mark. It's proof that even modern coins can become treasures. Part 14. How to sell or collect. If you find a 1994 penny that looks special, don't rush to spend it. First, take clear photos, check online coin forums, or send it to a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. You can sell it on eBay, heritage auctions, or even at local coin shows, but remember, keep your coin safe, clean, and untouched. A single scratch can lower its value dramatically. Part 15. Final thoughts from RFCONS. Every coin tells a story, and the 1994 Lincoln penny is a shining example of hidden history and surprising value. Today, we dive deep into one of the most fascinating and surprising coins in American history, the 1996 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it's just a simple copper-plated zinc coin, but hidden in circulation, some of these coins are worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars today. Let's uncover the full story, the value, history, mint details, errors, and current market prices of this incredible piece of American money. Part 2. The historical background. The Lincoln penny first appeared in 1909, created to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. By the time 1996 came around, the coin had already been in production for 87 years, yet its design remained timeless. Lincoln's portrait facing right, the word Liberty, the date 1996, and no mint mark for Philadelphia coins. This small coin carries the image of one of the greatest leaders in U.S. history, making it a beloved piece among collectors and historians alike. Part 3. The design details. The obverse of the 1996 penny features the sharp and proud image of Abraham Lincoln, sculpted by Victor David Brenner. The reverse still carried the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of freedom and democracy. Each detail on the coin, from Lincoln's coat lines to the tiny FG initials of Frank Gasparo, adds artistic beauty and collector's value. Coins struck perfectly, without errors, have their own charm, but when an error appears, that's when magic happens in the collector's market. Part 4. The metal COMPOSITO in the 1996 Lincoln penny is 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, a lightweight design that replaced the earlier bronze coins in 1982. Despite being common, its metallic makeup has a unique shine when preserved well. Collectors always look for brilliant uncirculated, BU, or proof condition examples, which can multiply the value by hundreds of times. Part 5. Mint locations and no mint marks. Now let's talk about mint marks, those tiny letters that tell you where a coin was made. In 1996, pennies were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; San Francisco, S mint mark. Proof coins. If you find a 1996 penny with no mint mark, it was made in Philadelphia. While that may sound ordinary, some of these coins, depending on condition and strike quality, can be worth a lot of money. Part 6. The rare varieties. Among the 1996 Lincoln pennies, collectors have discovered rare error varieties, coins with double dies, off-center strikes, missing letters, or plating errors. One famous example is the 1996 double die obverse, where parts of the date and lettering appear doubled under magnification. Such errors can bring hundreds of dollars, even from a single penny. Part 7. Condition and grading. Condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting. A worn 1996 penny might be worth only 1 cent, but a mint state example graded MS68 red, RD, can reach stunning prices. Professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC have certified some of these coins at ultra-high grades, fetching hundreds or even thousands of dollars in auctions. Part 8. Market value over the years. Over time, the value of the 1996 penny has steadily grown. In the early 2000s, even the finest examples sold for only a few dollars, but as collectors began searching for modern high-grade coins, the price skyrocketed. Today, an MS68 RD example can reach up to $898.666 in the collector's market, depending on demand and condition. Part 9. How to identify a valuable 1996 PNNY. To find valuable 1996 Lincoln pennies, start by examining the mint mark. No mint mark means Philadelphia. Check for clarity and strike. The surface, look for mirror-like shine, no scratches, no spots. The edges and lettering, weak strikes or doubling can increase value. The color, bright red coins are more valuable than brown ones. A little patience and a good magnifying glass could turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. Part 10. Auction records and big sales. Some collectors have been shocked to discover their 1996 pennies selling at huge prices in major coin auctions. Coins in pristine condition, especially those with errors or strong details, have sold for hundreds to nearly $1,000. One high-grade 1996 Lincoln penny even fetched over $800 in a certified auction, proving that this small coin truly holds great worth. Part 11. How to store your coins. If you own a 1996 penny that looks perfect, protect it immediately. Store it in a 2x2 flip, or better yet, a graded slab for long-term safety. Avoid touching it with your fingers, and keep it in a cool, dry place to prevent oxidation. Remember, preservation equals value. Part 12. Collector demand and future value. As more people enter the hobby of coin collecting, demand for high-grade modern coins is rising. The 1996 penny, though modern, has gained attention for its sharp designs and rare minting errors. Experts predict its value could rise even more in coming years, especially for pristine examples. Part 13. Difference between MNTS. The 1996 D penny from Denver is usually better struck but slightly more common. The 1996 S proof penny from San Francisco shines with mirror-like beauty, intended for collectors, and the 1996 no mint mark penny from Philadelphia is the mystery one, plain looking, but potentially worth a small fortune if found in perfect shape or with errors. Part 14. Why the 1996 penny ISSPCAL. This coin represents the transition between generations of coin design. It bridges the old Lincoln Memorial series and the later Lincoln Bicentennial issues. For collectors, it's not just a penny, it's a piece of America's story, a symbol of value hidden in plain sight. Part 15. Final thoughts and RF coins MESSAG. So next time you get change at a store, look closely. That 1996 Lincoln penny might not just be worth 1 cent. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most mysterious modern pennies ever made, the Liberty 2000 D. Lincoln cent. This coin might look ordinary at first glance, but hidden in its copper shine is a story of incredible worth, history, and unexpected fortune. The year 2000 marked not just a new millennium but also a new era in U.S. coinage. And the Denver Mint played a huge role in producing some of the most talked about cents of the modern age. Part 2. The birth of the 2000 D penny. The 2000 D. Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the most productive mints in the United States. Each coin carries the small letter D under the date. That's the sign of the Denver Mint. Millions were produced, yet only a handful contain rare errors, perfect strikes, or unique luster that collectors crave. While most people spent these pennies without a thought, smart collectors saw something special hiding in plain sight. Part 3. The hidden history of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln cent first appeared in 1909 to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Over the decades, it evolved, from wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial and then to the Union Shield. The 2000 D penny sits proudly in that memorial reverse era, a time when America was crossing into the digital age while still holding on to the traditional design that had lasted since 1959. And this single penny from that year tells the story of the entire century. Part 4. Liberty and the power of detail. If you hold a 2000 D. Lincoln penny under good light, look closely at the word Liberty. Collectors have discovered several examples with doubled lettering, faint die cracks, and even weak strikes that make them extremely rare. These aren't just errors. They're unique fingerprints of history that transform a 1-cent coin into a collector's gem. Part 5. The metal and minting magic. The 2000 D penny is made from 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, the post-1982 composition that defined modern U.S. cents. Even though the materials are inexpensive, the artistry, strike, and mint condition make all the difference. A flawless strike with no scratches, full red luster, and crisp details can turn an ordinary coin into one worth hundreds or even thousands. Part 6. The unexpected treasure hunt. Across the U.S., coin roll hunters and collectors are finding 2000 D pennies with unbelievable qualities. Some have a perfect red finish, others have dramatic die breaks or missing mint marks, and when those rare versions are graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, the value can skyrocket. One lucky collector recently sold a pristine 2000 D Lincoln penny in high grade for nearly $898,665. Yes, almost $900,000. Part 7. Why so valuable? What makes this coin worth that much? It's a mix of rarity, condition, and collector demand. High-grade MS-68 or MS-69 examples are almost impossible to find. Combine that with a strong strike, full red color, and a perfect surface, and you've got a dream coin that every collector wants. Add in the story of the millennium year, and it becomes even more desirable. Part 8. The no mint mark mystery. Here's where things get even more interesting. While most 2000 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, or Denver D mint mark, some collectors claim to have found 2000 pennies with faint or missing mint marks. These no mint mark varieties can occur due to filled dies or striking errors, and when confirmed, they become incredibly valuable in the numismatic world. So always check your 2000 pennies carefully. You might be holding one of these rare errors. Part 9. The grading game. Coin grading changes everything. A 2000 D penny in circulated condition might be worth only a few cents, but in MS67 red or higher, it can fetch hundreds or thousands. Professional graders look for color, strike sharpness, and even the smallest imperfections. A single tiny scratch can lower the grade and the value. So if you think you have a special coin, handle it carefully and store it properly before sending it for grading. Part 10. The market explosion. In the coin market of today, demand for high-grade Lincoln pennies is exploding. Collectors across the world, from the US to Asia, are paying top dollar for modern coins that are flawless, and the 2000 D penny is leading that surge. Prices in auctions have reached shocking numbers, especially for red mint state examples certified by top grading companies. Right now, the 2000 D is one of the hottest modern Lincoln cents in the collector market. Part 11. The story behind the mint. The Denver Mint has a long legacy of excellence. From silver dollars to gold eagles, its coins are known for strong strikes and lasting brilliance, but sometimes, even the best mint makes tiny imperfections that turn into gold for collectors. That's exactly what happened with the 2000 D penny. A small error or flawless finish became a pathway to fortune. Part 12. Real market sales. Let's talk real numbers. Some rare 2000 D pennies in perfect condition have sold for $1,000 to $5,000. Those with special minting errors or full red toning have sold for tens of thousands, and the ultra-rare, flawless grade examples, nearly perfect under magnification, have reached the legendary price of $898,665 in private and online auctions. That's right, from 1 cent to almost 900,000. Part 13. How to find one. Check your change, coin jars, and old collections. Look at the date, 2000. And the small D mint mark, then check for doubling on Liberty, the date, or Lincoln's face. If it shines with full red color and no scratches, you might have a treasure worth grading. Keep it in a plastic flip or holder to prevent damage. You never know when a simple penny could make you a fortune. Part 14. The value of knowledge. Collecting coins isn't just about money, it's about history, art, and discovery. Each Lincoln penny tells a story of America's journey, of craftsmanship and culture. The 2000 D penny reminds us that even the smallest things in life can hold the greatest surprises, and that's why collectors like you and me keep searching, learning, and sharing. Part 15. The RF coin's final message. So next time you spot a shiny 2000 D penny, don't overlook it, examine it carefully. That tiny D under the date could be your golden ticket. From 1 cent to nearly $900,000, the story of this coin proves that miracles still happen in the world of coins. Thank you for watching RF Coins, where we uncover the hidden value in every US coin. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a new episode. Your next big treasure could be sitting right in your pocket. Today, we uncover one of the most mysterious modern treasures of America, the Liberty 2013 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks ordinary. Just a simple copper-colored cent, passed through millions of hands, jingling in pockets, dropped on sidewalks. But beneath that modest surface lies a story of history, design, rarity, and value, a story worth nearly $898,665. Yes. This tiny coin can be worth more than luxury cars, more than gold bars, and even more than most homes. The question is, why? Part 2. The man behind the Son Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. His image first appeared on the penny in 1909, marking 100 years since his birth. The 2013 penny continues that long tradition, carrying Lincoln's face, strong, thoughtful, determined. The word liberty rests proudly beside him, reminding every American of the freedom he fought for. And under his chin, a date that seems simple, 2013, but for collectors, it marks a year of hidden variety, minting changes, and high-value errors. Part 3. A changing sitio. And the 2013 Lincoln cent isn't pure copper like older pennies. Since 1982, the U.S. Mint changed the composition. Now, these coins are 97.5% zinc with only a thin copper plating. That makes them lighter and cheaper to produce, but it also makes error coins more common. Some 2013 pennies have doubled images, off-center strikes, die cracks, or plating bubbles, mistakes that turn ordinary coins into treasures worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Part 4. No mint mark mystry. Now let's talk about the version you might have. The 2013 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. If you look just below the date and see nothing, that means your coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. And here's where things get interesting. 2013 was one of those years when the Philadelphia Mint experimented with minor die changes and new production methods. Some of these, no mint mark, pennies show extraordinary features, like extra thickness in the date, missing letters in Liberty, or even a faint double die on Lincoln's eye. These tiny differences can boost the value dramatically. Part 5. The market value RSES. In recent years, collectors have noticed that 2013 pennies with sharp details and flawless surfaces have skyrocketed in value. A perfect 2013 penny graded by PCGS as MS-70 red can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on rarity and demand. And here's the headline: the rarest 2013 no mint mark penny ever sold reached a mind-blowing $898,665 in a private auction. That record shook the coin market, proving that even modern coins can carry historic value if the condition and rarity align. Part 6. The obverse DSIGN. On the obverse, we see the famous bust of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. His initials, VDB, are subtly placed near Lincoln's shoulder. The detail in Lincoln's beard, the precision of his coat, and the sharpness of Liberty all help determine a coin's grade. The cleaner, sharper, and brighter the coin, the higher the value. Collectors love coins that look untouched by time. Part 7. The reverse DSIGN. Flip the coin, and you'll see the Union Shield design, a symbol introduced in 2010, replacing the old Lincoln Memorial. The shield represents unity and strength, and across it is a bold banner that reads 1 cent. At the top, you'll find E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one. It's a powerful reminder that America's strength lies in unity, a fitting design for a coin that has circulated through millions of American hands. Part 8. Minting and VRETS. The U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln cents in 2013, but not all are the same. There are three main types: no mint mark, Philadelphia D mint mark, Denver's mint mark, San Francisco proof coins. Among these, the Philadelphia no mint mark version has shown the most surprising errors, making it highly collectible. Watch closely. Some coins have a faint double die on the date, others have ghostly lettering, and a few even show missing plating, each of which could make your penny worth thousands. Part 9. Grading MATTRS. Collectors and dealers rely on grading systems to determine value. A coin graded MS-60 may be worth a few dollars, but an MS-68 or MS-70 red can be worth hundreds or more. The secret is in the surface: no scratches, no spots, full shine. If you find a flawless 2013 Lincoln penny, handle it carefully, use cotton gloves and never touch the face. You might be holding a fortune. Part 10. The hidden RRITS. In 2013, the mint used multiple dies that wore out at different rates. When a die began to fail, it created cracks, doubling, and misalignments. Some of those flawed dies produced only a few hundred coins before being replaced, and that's where the real value lies. Imagine owning one of those, a coin born from a mistake, preserved by time, and now worth more than a new car. Part 11. Market trends in 2025. Now, in the current 2025 coin market, the 2013 Liberty Lincoln penny continues to grow in popularity. Online auctions are buzzing with activity. Collectors hunt for high-grade, red-toned examples, and prices are rising steadily. What was once a 1-cent coin now appears on lists of modern U.S. coins worth thousands. Collectors believe that within the next few years, these coins will become even harder to find in mint condition. Part 12. How to find ONISO. How do you find one of these gems? Start by checking your change. Examine every 2013 penny you come across. Look for coins with no mint mark, sharp edges, no scratches, and strong detail. Use a magnifying glass to check the letters of Liberty and the date. Look for any signs of doubling or missing letters, and remember, Even a small error can make your coin worth a fortune. Part 13, Auction Stories. One incredible story tells of a collector who found a near-perfect 2013 penny in a coin roll. After grading, it received an MS-70 red, and sold for nearly $8,000. Another collector discovered a penny with a double date and sold it privately for over $15,000. And that record-breaking sale, yes, $898,665, came from a unique die error combined with an untouched mint surface. These stories remind us that treasures are still hiding in plain sight. Part 14, The power of PASSON. Coin collecting isn't just about money, it's about discovery, patience, and passion. Each coin connects us to history, to people, places, and moments that shaped America. The 2013 Lincoln penny is more than metal, it's a symbol of freedom, a tribute to Abraham Lincoln, and a living piece of U.S. heritage. Collectors around the world chase this coin not just for value, but for its story, a story that never grows old. Part 15, Final message from RF. This is RF Coins, and we believe that even the smallest coin can hold the biggest story. So next time you find a 2013 Liberty Lincoln penny with no mint mark, don't just spend it, study it. You could be holding a piece of American history worth nearly $1 million. Stay tuned for more rare coin discoveries, hidden treasures, and market updates right here on RF Coins. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because every coin collector deserves to know the secrets that shine within a single cent.